In their praise of the animated Beauty and the Beast, many critics saw the connection of Ashman and Menken's lush, sophisticated score to that of a Broadway musical.
I used to kid Howard that I could almost see the proscenium sometimes.
Everyone talked about it being a better Broadway show than any of the shows that were on Broadway at that time.
It's a Broadway-style musical. It's not really a film-style musical. So when Robert Jesseroth, who directed the Broadway show, first saw the movie, he said, that feels like a Broadway show. So Rob pitched to Michael, what about doing this on Broadway?
Well, I had stayed away, even though I was trained in theater, I was a theater major in college, I had stayed away from doing products for Broadway because it was the same amount of work doing something for one theater as it was doing it for 2,000 theaters, and it just seemed like an inefficient way to do entertainment.
Well, I think, obviously Howard and Alan were creating a musical. It happened to be animated. And the logical next step was to create that on the stage.
An animated film runs about 85 minutes and has just a handful of songs in it. But a Broadway show, that's less than the first act. You need a whole evening in the theater. So clearly, Alan was called on to create new songs.
And the other thing about the new songs was I wanted to make sure that it would feel like a seamless experience for people who had seen the film. So I decided that I would base all the new songs on thematic material that had been used in the score, and for the most part, that's what we did.
In one case, he brought a song written for the movie by he and Howard Ashman called Human Again, put that into the show. Then he took elements of the score and expanded those themes into new songs for Gaston, new songs for Belle, and really fleshed it out into a full-length Broadway production.
I also felt doing the stage play, a wonderful opportunity to really develop the Beast's character more. He gets to sing in the musical, and I felt like I had an opportunity to spend more time with Belle and the Beast, to let us know why they fell in love with each other.
And so what you see on stage, in whatever language you see it, wherever you see it, where it's playing right now, because it's played so many different places, is everything you know from the film, and then more to make it a full evening of theater.
On Tuesday, April 19th, 1994, the Palace Theater broke the all-time Broadway box office record for a single day's ticket sales with Disney's Beauty and the Beast, a new musical. Later that year, Beauty and the Beast was nominated for 9 Tony Awards.
Now it plays on 46th Street at the Lunt-Fontanne Theater. It's had over 3,000 performances.
And of course, they've come such a long way with each of the things they've done on Broadway since.
There's a certain kind of sweet irony of it, which is we made an animated movie that felt like a Broadway musical. Out of that, we created the Broadway musical of Beauty and the Beast. That then gave rise to 2 different projects that are on Broadway right now. The Lion King, which now is playing all over the world. But then it also gave rise to the adaptation of material not from animation, which is Elton John and Tim Rice's Aida. We have a production of Hunchback of Notre Dame that plays in Berlin. We have about 5 things in development as new Broadway shows, all different ranges of Broadway-style entertainment, growing out of a division that grew out of the fact that someone said, how about Beauty and the Beast on stage?